Have you ever felt there's a hidden part of you that's calling to be seen? A shadow self, lurking beneath your conscious awareness, holding the very keys to your spiritual freedom. Welcome to a journey of profound transformation. I'm Alex, and for over 5 years, I've guided thousands through the integration of their deepest shadows into brilliant light. Here's what most spiritual seekers get wrong. They chase enlightenment by avoiding their darkness. But what if I told you that the very parts of yourself you've been running from are actually the gateway to your awakening? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to combine two of the most powerful spiritual practices, shadow work and meditation, to unlock levels of consciousness you may have thought were beyond your reach. This isn't just theory. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete 30-day roadmap to spiritual transformation that has helped my clients break through decades of internal barriers in just weeks. Whether you're struggling with recurring patterns that sabotage your happiness, feeling spiritually stuck, or simply ready to dive deeper into self-discovery, this practice will change everything. Let's begin this journey together. Part 1. Understanding the shadow self. Imagine living in a house where half the rooms are locked. Rooms containing your greatest treasures and deepest wounds. This is exactly what Carl Jung, the pioneering psychoanalyst, discovered about the human psyche. Jung said, "The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality." But what exactly is this shadow? Your shadow self contains everything you've learned to hide, deny, or reject about yourself. It forms in childhood, when you're told certain parts of you are unacceptable. The anger your parents punished, the vulnerability your peers mocked, the ambition your culture deemed inappropriate. As children, we make unconscious decisions. If I hide these parts of myself, I'll be loved. And thus, the shadow is born. But here's the fascinating paradox. What we suppress doesn't disappear. It goes underground, gaining power in our unconscious mind. Take James, one of my clients. He prided himself on being kind and accommodating to everyone. Yet he kept finding himself in relationships with people who took advantage of him. During our shadow work, he discovered a massive reservoir of unexpressed anger and boundary issues hiding in his shadow. Once he integrated these aspects, his relationships transformed completely. Let's do a quick self-check together. As I describe these signs of unhealed shadow material, gently notice which ones resonate with you. Do you have strong, instant negative reactions to certain people? Your shadow is likely being triggered. Do you notice recurring patterns in relationships or work that keep causing you pain? Are there emotions you're uncomfortable expressing, like anger, sadness, or ambition? Do you judge others harshly for qualities you would never have? Did you feel a slight tension in your body when I mentioned any of these? That awareness, that subtle recognition, is already the beginning of shadow work. When we leave our shadow unexamined, it creates what psychologists call projection, seeing in others what we deny in ourselves. It sabotages our relationships, drains our energy, and blocks our spiritual growth. But here's the extraordinary opportunity. When you reclaim and integrate your shadow aspects, you don't just heal, you unleash tremendous creative and spiritual power. This energy that once went into suppression becomes available for your spiritual awakening. As Jung himself said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Part 2. The transformative power of meditation. While shadow work reveals what's hidden, meditation provides the stable awareness that makes this exploration possible. The combination is absolutely powerful. Let's look at the science first. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that regular meditation actually changes your brain structure. After just 8 weeks, the amygdala, your fear center, literally shrinks, while areas associated with awareness, compassion, and focus grow denser. During deep meditation, your brain shifts from beta waves of normal consciousness to alpha waves of relaxed awareness, and eventually to theta waves, the gateway to your subconscious mind where shadow material resides. But here's what's truly important. Meditation isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. Your mind will wander, and that's completely normal. The practice is in the gentle return to awareness. I want to introduce you to 4 meditation styles, especially powerful for spiritual awakening and shadow work. Vipassana, insight meditation, observing thoughts and sensations without judgment, perfect for witnessing shadow material as it arises. Metta, loving kindness meditation, developing compassion for yourself and others, essential for embracing difficult shadow aspects. Mantra meditation, using sacred sounds to shift energy and access deeper states of consciousness. Breath awareness meditation, anchoring yourself in the present moment through your breath. Meditation is like cleaning a window. You don't create the light, you simply remove what blocks it. Let me share a brief personal story. For years, I struggled with an intense inner critic that would sabotage my efforts. Through consistent meditation practice, I developed the ability to witness these thoughts rather than identify with them. One day, during meditation, I had a profound realization. This critic was actually trying to protect me from the pain of failure, a part of my childhood shadow. This moment of awareness led to one of the most significant breakthroughs in my spiritual journey. The critic didn't disappear, but it transformed into a constructive advisor once I embraced it with compassion. This is the transformative power waiting for you when you combine meditation with shadow work. Now let's explore exactly how to do this. Part 3. Shadow Work Methodology. Before we dive into specific practices, a gentle word of caution. Shadow work can bring up difficult emotions or memories. This is normal and part of the healing process. If you find yourself overwhelmed, please pause and return when you feel ready, or consider working with a qualified therapist. Creating a sacred container for this work is essential. Choose a private space where you won't be disturbed. I recommend having a journal, comfortable seating, perhaps candles or incense if that feels supportive, and most importantly, an attitude of compassion toward yourself. Let's explore 3 powerful shadow work techniques. Technique 1. The Trigger Journal. When you feel triggered, experiencing an emotional reaction that seems disproportionate to the situation, this is gold for shadow work. Demonstrate writing in journal while speaking. In your journal, write about what happened and how you felt. Rate the intensity of your reaction from 1 to 10. Ask, what does this remind me of from my past? Then the crucial question, what part of myself might I be seeing in this person or situation? Sarah, another client, discovered through this practice that her intense dislike of a boastful colleague was actually her own disowned ambition. Once recognized, she reclaimed her power to acknowledge her own achievements without shame. Technique 2. The Shadow Dialogue. This profound technique allows you to have a conversation with aspects of your shadow. Begin by sitting comfortably and closing your eyes. Visualize a figure in the distance representing an aspect of your shadow. Perhaps your inner critic, your suppressed anger, or your hidden grief. Invite this figure closer and begin a written dialogue. Who are you, and what do you want me to know? What are you trying to protect me from? What gifts do you have for me if I integrate you? Technique 3. The Empty Chair. Place 2 chairs facing each other. Sit in one chair as your conscious self. In the other chair, imagine an aspect of your shadow self. Speak aloud from your conscious self, then physically move to the other chair and respond as your shadow aspect. This powerful technique brings body awareness into shadow work and often leads to surprising insights that purely mental approaches might miss. Now, here are 10 transformational questions for your shadow work journal. What parts of myself do I hide from others? When do I feel triggered, and what might that reveal about my shadow? What traits in others consistently annoy me, and how might these be my own disowned qualities? What recurring patterns keep showing up in my relationships? If my shadow could speak, what would it say about my life choices? What fears am I avoiding facing? What dreams have I abandoned, and why? Where in my body do I feel resistance when contemplating difficult truths? What would complete honesty with myself look like right now? What aspects of myself would I reclaim if I had unlimited courage? Work with just 1 question per session, diving deep rather than rushing through. Remember to be gentle with yourself in this process. When difficult emotions arise during shadow work, and they will, try this grounding technique. Place 1 hand on your heart, 1 on your belly. Take 3 deep breaths and remind yourself, I am safe to explore this. I am bigger than any emotion. Part 4. Meditation Practice for Shadow Integration. Now, let's create a meditation practice specifically designed to support your shadow work. First, let's address the physical setup. Find a comfortable seated position on a cushion, bench, or chair. Your back should be straight, but not rigid. Hands can rest gently on your thighs or in your lap. Choose a time when you won't be disturbed. Early morning or evening often works best. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily is more effective than an hour once a week. Before each meditation, set a clear intention. For shadow work, I recommend, I open myself to awareness, truth, and compassion. Now, I'll guide you through a shadow integration meditation practice you can use daily. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. feeling your belly expand on the inhale and relax on the exhale. Bring your awareness to your body, noticing sensations without trying to change them. Simply observe. Now focus on your breath, following its natural rhythm. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back to your breath without judgment. As you settle into stillness, imagine a sphere of light at your heart center. This is your awareness, your witnessing presence. Now, gently ask, what needs my attention today? Allow whatever arises, an emotion, memory, or sensation. As you notice what emerges, you might feel sensations in your solar plexus, perhaps a tightness or warmth. This is where many people store shadow emotions. You might visualize your shadow as a figure standing in the distance, gradually coming closer as you invite it with compassion. Whatever appears, simply witness it with kindness. Don't try to change or fix anything. Just be present with what is. If emotions become intense, return to your breath as an anchor. Remember, you're not your thoughts or emotions. You are the awareness witnessing them. Stay with this practice for 5 to 10 minutes. To close, express gratitude to yourself for this inner work. Take 3 deep breaths and gently open your eyes. For those days when life gets overwhelming, remember that even 3 minutes of mindful breathing will maintain your practice momentum. Consistency matters more than duration. To integrate meditation into daily life, try these approaches. Morning meditation sets a clear foundation for the day. Meditation moments, 30 seconds of presence while waiting in line or before meetings. Evening reflection to process the day's triggers and insights. Apps like Insight Timer, Headspace, or Calm can support your practice. But remember, the true teacher is your own awareness. Part 5. The 30-Day Transformation Protocol. Now I'm going to share with you a comprehensive 30-day protocol that integrates shadow work and meditation for maximum spiritual awakening. This structured approach has helped thousands of my students experience profound shifts in just 1 month. Week 1. Foundation. Days 1 to 7. Morning, 5-minute breath awareness meditation. Evening, shadow journaling with 1 question from our list. Focus, noticing patterns and building awareness. Week 2. Exploration. Days 8 to 14. Morning, 10-minute meditation with body scan. Evening, shadow dialogue practice. Focus, deepening your relationship with shadow aspects. Week 3, integration. Days 15 to 21. Morning, 15-minute loving kindness meditation. Evening, the empty chair technique. Focus, bringing compassion to discovered shadow material. Week 4, transformation. Days 22 to 30. Morning, 15 to 20-minute shadow integration meditation. Evening, journaling on signs of transformation. Focus, active integration of shadow aspects into conscious life. Remember, this journey isn't always linear. On tough days, simply sit in silence for 3 minutes and honor your effort. Progress isn't measured by how good you feel, but by your willingness to be present with whatever arises. As you progress through this 30-day journey, you'll begin noticing subtle, then significant shifts. First, you'll gain awareness of patterns you've been blind to for years. Next, your emotional triggers will begin to lose their grip, not because they disappear, but because you recognize their origins. Your relationships will start to transform as you project less onto others and see them more clearly. You'll experience more energy as the force that went into suppression becomes available to you. And perhaps most profoundly, many report moments of what Abraham Maslow called peak experiences, glimpses of unity consciousness, where the boundaries between self and other temporarily dissolve. But I want to be clear about something important. Awakening isn't about reaching some perfect state where you never experience negative emotions or challenges. Rather, it's developing a spacious awareness that can hold all of your human experience with compassion. Some call this enlightenment, but I prefer to think of it as enlightening, an ongoing process of bringing light to darkness again and again. If you encounter what mystics call the dark night of the soul, periods of profound doubt or emptiness, know this is actually a sign of progress. Old structures of identity are dissolving to make way for greater truth. The journey beyond our 30-day protocol is about deepening this integration in community with others. Consider finding a local meditation group, shadow work circle, or online community of practitioners. We've covered a tremendous amount together, from understanding the Jungian shadow to specific meditation techniques, powerful shadow work practices, and a complete 30-day transformation protocol. Remember that this journey is uniquely yours. Take what resonates and adapt it to your needs. The essential elements are awareness, compassion, and consistent practice. As Carl Jung wisely said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your shadow isn't your enemy. It's the unlived life waiting to be reclaimed. And meditation isn't just a practice. It's a way of being present to all that you are. Before you go to sleep tonight, I invite you to ask yourself this simple but profound question. What part of me needs to be seen and loved today? This single question begins the journey. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe for the next part in this series, where we'll explore advanced shadow integration techniques. Share your experiences in the comments. Your journey may inspire others on their path. Thank you for your courage in exploring these depths. The world needs more people willing to do this inner work. Until next time, may your shadows reveal their gifts, and may your meditation reveal your true nature.